Hi Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading. So within this weekly reading, we're going to be focusing on all the Virgo energy that's around us at the minute. The sun is still in Virgo, so we're still in Virgo season. We've got a new moon in Virgo on Friday the 15th of September, which is at 2:39 a.m. British Summer Time. Mercury also goes direct in Virgo on that same date on the Friday, but in the evening. So with all this Virgo energy, we may be analysing what is working, what's not working, and what we can learn from this. We may be trying to be more efficient, finding new strategies, new solutions, new choices. We may also be looking at our relationship with our resources and security, our day-to-day life and routines, and where we give our energy and where we're of service. So the books here are from the oracle decks I'm going to be using for the reading today, and we are going to get into your main theme with the tarot cards. So what is the main theme for Pisces? So the week is 7 days from the time that this video is posted, and this main theme that we're looking at may tell us what's not working, what we can learn, any new strategies that we need to come up with. So what is the main theme for Pisces for, okay, Page of Cups, right? That's an interesting one. I'm going to just get all the cards out because to me, I'm trying to think, is Pisces the Page of Cups? Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. I feel like, I know the pages are more about, they're more about the element itself rather than individual signs, but I think Pisces is probably relevant to the Page of Cups, yeah, because it's relevant to the Knight of Cups, and it's usually the same for the Knight and the Page, if anybody wants to have, like, to associate it with a sign. Let's get your energy within this. Right, Lovers. So I was going to say that Page of Cups, it could be something's not working, or there's something to be learned around emotional expression, how you express yourself emotionally. And then you get the Lovers card. Any external energies? Well, I'm going to leave that Seven of Wands right there because I feel like as much as the card spewed out, it does feel, it feels right. Let us look at any guidance for you. Five of Swords. I feel like this all makes sense, and I'm going to let the cards come out first and try and keep my mouth shut before I make assumptions, which I find very hard to do, but let's try and get everything out first this time. So let's get you an Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. What else does Pisces need to know? As a sort of overview. For the energies, you have Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. I don't know if you can see that properly. And we'll get you a Sacred Destiny card as well. Okay. You've got two. You have Diligence and Healing Chaos. I absolutely love this Healing Chaos card. Don't ask me why. I'm just being a weirdo, but I just think it's beautiful. It's got the butterfly. I don't know. It reminds me of the Tower in a way. And I am someone who actually likes the Tower card in the tarot. I think usually because I get to points in my life where I personally wish I could tear everything down, so I'm always like, please just let a tower happen and fix it for me, and it can't. Obviously, the tower happens when you don't expect it, doesn't it? You can't ask for a tower and get a tower, unless, if that's ever happened to you, let me know. I'd be excited to hear that. But yeah, it reminds me of the Tower card because I feel like the Tower does heal chaos, basically. It doesn't seem like it at the time when everything's falling apart, but it does. It's healing chaos for me. And then you've got the Diligence card. The Diligence card to me always feels like that Knight of Pentacles energy, where you sort of take careful steps to do things, you take your time, you don't rush, you make sure you try and get everything right. So let's start to get clarifiers in on your tarot card. So your main theme of the Page of Cups, and hopefully we'll see what's not working, what new strategy we need, what we can learn. potentially. I mean, there may be an old, like a family pattern that affects something to do with your emotional expression, but let's have a look. So Page of Cups, please. What do we need to know? Page of Cups, about the Page of Cups, right? Two of Wands. Ace of Swords. Ooh, Four of Pentacles in reverse. I have a thought on this, and I didn't want to say, I thought it as soon as the Page of Cups came out, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but I think, yeah, I think I know what it is, to be honest. Two of Pentacles sideways. And the Four of Swords, and I may need one more after that. Or do I? I will get one more after that, but I think I know what it means, to be honest. But you get two, you get... Okay, yeah. Five of Pentacles. The World. Right, so first of all, the World is going into a new cycle. And obviously I said we were probably analysing what's working and what's not working. So yes, I'd say the World is where we do change something to go into a new cycle. I'm wondering if Pisces, you... And it's a weird one because you're the only cup. There's no other cups here. But if you potentially open up too easily... And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I actually adore the fact that there are people who wear their heart on their sleeve. I love it. Obviously, the only downside to that is that people can take advantage of that. Or you can end up overgiving. That's one thing. People can take advantage. You can get hurt. But it's such a beautiful, innocent thing for people that when people wear their hearts on their sleeves, isn't it? It's just that the fallout from that, if it goes wrong, you've got the Healing Chaos card, it can be pretty dramatic. The Two of Wands. Right, so this is the overall theme, what's not working. It may, as I said, it may be possible that you open up too quickly, too easily, whatever. Is there anything about time here? Not necessarily, but maybe just too easily. So Two of Wands, I would say, it relates to choosing a path or a decision. It may be that you need to think things through more carefully and get clearer, have more clarity about situations. And I'd say especially, it's probably not just about romantic situations, because for me, the Lovers, it can be any close bond, friends, even friends, whoever. Maybe just people that you're being kind to or trying to help, potentially. But there needs to be more consideration of choosing a direction, a path, and deciding to open up and to when to give before actually doing it. Being clearer about the situation, about people's intentions, maybe even other people's intentions. That would be where that diligence comes in terms of taking your time to figure things out, rather than, like, say if someone's in it, and I'm guilty of this as well. I'm not even a Pisces, although I do have my North Node is in the 12th house, which is Pisces, where I'm willing to help people too easily. So I'll tell you a quick story and hopefully not take too much of the reading up. But when I was coming home from work on Saturday, Sunday, I can't remember, the days get all jumped up when you do night shifts. There was a homeless person, and for some reason this weekend, I mean, I do it anyway, like give a bit of change if I have got any change, or sometimes I'll buy a homeless person a drink or something to eat or something like that. But I don't know what was wrong with me, or not wrong with me, but what was going on this weekend. I've been giving a lot. So someone asked for a drink. Hardly any, it was Sunday morning. Yeah, that's why it was so quiet. Hardly any shops were open. So I said, they asked me for change. I didn't have any change because I'd given it to another homeless person the day before. They asked me to go, if I could go to the cash point. I said no. Then they said, okay, is it all right if you buy me a cold drink? I said, yeah. What's a cold drink to me? A couple of pounds. So took them to the shop. They walked to a shop. that they knew of. And I was safe about this. It wasn't like a deserted, it wasn't nighttime, it wasn't deserted, it wasn't busy, but it was safe. I wasn't doing anything unsafe in a deserted place. And obviously I had my bag held tightly and stuff anyway. I'm always prepared for that. Not just homeless people, but anyone. I'm always prepared that if anyone tries to take my bag or anything. So went to the shop. The person got themselves a drink. I was prepared if they wanted a snack as well. I was prepared to get them a snack. Instead, they said, "Oh, would you?" They asked me if I had cigarettes. I don't smoke. So I said no. They said, "Oh, would you be able to buy me some tobacco, some cheap tobacco or something?" I was like, "Okay." I mean, yeah, I don't want to. I have smoked in the past. I don't smoke now. But you know what? If someone's homeless and that's all they can get pleasure from, then yeah, bit of tobacco won't hurt. Bear in mind, I don't know the cost of tobacco or cigarettes because I don't buy it now. So I don't know. I expected it would be like £3 or something. I'm probably being completely delusional there. The person asked for whatever they asked for. I was getting prepared to pay. Looked at the card reader and it said £29 something. I mean, they'd asked for a big pack, but that's just the absolute piss take. This person was clearly trying to take advantage of me. Even the smallest pack, I mean, I didn't realise the cost of cigarettes had gone up so much, but that was like £10 nearly. So I was blatantly like, nope, can't afford that, too expensive. Got them a cold drink, walked off, and I thought, you know what? I need to take a break from giving to people, not just homeless people, but everyone, because there are other situations in my life at present where I've had to take a step back in different ways, whether it's emotionally, physically. But I thought I really need to address some boundaries here because I've got mug written all over my face that people think that they can try and get £30 out of me to spend on cigarettes. I'm just lucky that I paid attention and didn't just blindly put the card on to pay, because I would have kicked myself. I would have more than kicked myself if I'd paid for that. But the point being, the long point that I'm making is sometimes we think we're just trying to be helpful, and yeah, we need to take a step back. And sometimes we have to maybe go, I'm not saying never give to anybody again, but we have to maybe even go through a period of time where our answer to everything is no, unless it's life and death, just to build our boundaries up. So the point I was making, I think here, you may be giving too much too soon or opening up too soon. You need to contemplate more carefully what the person's intentions are. Are they going to take advantage of you? What are the red flags, green flags? As I say, we need to look at green flags as well with people now. That would be like juggling the situation here with that Two of Pentacles, weighing up what that person is showing you physically. That would be the weighing up the green flags and red flags by their actions, by their what they do. I know it's not actions, but it is physical behaviors. I don't know, physical actions. Four of Swords, contemplation for me. You may need to heal from anything where people have like taken advantage of you financially, possibly, or just in general, and go into a new cycle with that. It's not that you never give and you don't open up, it's just probably being more diligent about it, which will help to heal the chaos. I mean, move beyond ancestral patterns. Maybe you come from a family who was too generous, or maybe it's the opposite, that you have a family who's stingy as hell and you're the kind one, and you just felt like they're mean, so you're like, nope, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be the exact opposite and be kind and generous. Maybe a family takes advantage of you because you're so kind, and that's the pattern that you have to move beyond. I don't know, you tell me, but there's something here about giving too much or opening up too much too soon, and it's a bit of a disadvantage. So let's look at this Lover's card. That's your energy. And that would be where you feel, I mean, you're Pisces, you're in, allegedly, you're in touch with your emotions, like Cancerians are as well. I don't know who's more watery, you or Cancer. Probably you, because Cancerians can shut down, and that's like an earth energy, isn't it, where you shut down? But Pisces is like water on top of water, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody wants to say anything in the comments. But the Lover's card here, that's where you probably feel connections profoundly, and that's what makes you feel that you want to open up so soon or so much and give so much. Let's clarify the Lovers. I mean, it might be that you're in love with someone at the minute, and all you want to do is you just want to pour everything out you've got to give. I mean, Six of Pentacles is generosity. You want to give your emotions, physically, every single thing you can give. You probably feel like you want to give to someone. Or it could be something that, no, I would say it could be something that's happened in the past, but maybe it's a feeling you have now. You might even be aware that you give too much too soon and you want to break that pattern. Either way, the energy see it like, yep, Ace of Pentacles opportunity. Maybe there is an opportunity here where you've met someone, you feel a strong connection, and maybe you're trying to create more balance in how you deal with this person now. Whereas in the past you may have, I mean, Five of Swords, that would be a card of taking advantage of people. It's ruthlessness, isn't it? Maybe you're aware and you want to avoid that pattern. Anything else for that Lovers card, please? Ace, that's just pure giving, isn't it? You're giving your heart, you're giving physically, you're being generous in general. Anything else? Nine of Cups, I think it's like, not adrenaline, endorphins. Maybe once those endorphins hit with the feelings, you just can't help yourself from giving. It's like an automatic reaction possibly for you. Or it could be again that you're considering, you're trying to be a bit more diligent in how you give because you want to make sure that you're satisfied in this as well. Because there is a difference to me between things being happy and satisfactory, or pleasurable and satisfactory. Happy, it can be a momentary feeling. Satisfied is where there are longer, I mean, maybe it's short-term benefits, but there are usually longer-term benefits with satisfaction. Like, something just fell in my room, it's fine. So pleasure, happiness, it could be sex, enjoyable sex. Satisfaction would be a relationship where you know that you are valued and you're treated right, for example. Okay, I may need to pause the camera for that because too many of the cards have fallen, so just bear with me. Right, Pisces, I'm back. So funnily enough, that's the second reading that's happened in today where the cards have just spewed out and fallen down the table. It's really strange how something fell in the room as well, and then the cards fell. So I don't know if that means anything to you. Is that potentially how what's happening in terms of how you give, that it just all comes out really dramatically and chaotically? Yeah, okay. So do I need to get anything else for that? I will get one more. I'm just praying that I've got all of the cards. I'm going to have to do a card count after this just to make sure that I've got everything. I feel like there was a card here and I've taken that up, haven't I? And I don't know which one it was now. But anyway, Seven of Pentacles, yeah. There's a possibility now that you are aware of overgiving and you are contemplating, you're trying to get yourself more into that diligent, which the Seven of Pentacles to me is diligent, isn't it? It's taking time, putting effort in, constantly assessing it, analysing it. Virgo energy, analysing, is it worth it? So that's all I'm going to take for that because I think that has explained itself. Let's do the Seven of Wands. This is where could be another person, could be a need for you to take on this energy of protecting what's sacred, your heart sacred, your time and energy is sacred. Maybe that's what the universe is trying to bring to your attention. Could potentially be other people as well, where it's like a warning that you need to get to know these people before you give. Or it could be that you feel like by giving so much, they will open up to you. If you find that you constantly come across people who are quite defensive, they hide their emotions, and you feel like, oh, well, the more I give, then they'll open up. And it doesn't often work like that. Can it work like that? Probably not, to be honest. But yeah, let's clarify that Seven of Wands. It could be all of the above, to be frank. It's just different scenarios. So Seven of Wands. Why is that here? Right, so I think it's a bit of everything, if I'm being honest with you. I think it's all of the above, and I wish I'd written them down because I can't remember what all of the above is at this point. I would say, first and foremost, it is a warning or reminder or a prompt from the universe to you that protect what's sacred, to manifest what it is you want. Be wary of again, green flags, red flags, people being honest with you. Got the Lovers again. Are people being honest with you? Are they being honest about how they feel? Do they really feel the same way of you? It takes time to match what they say and their actions. We've got Death, Five of Swords, Ten of Swords. Okay. Yeah, so that to me, it's more like a warning. to protect yourself and be careful. And then if anything feels wrong, if anything feels off, trust your instincts. If anything feels off, don't be afraid to end it. Don't worry about you're going to let somebody down or whatever. If you really feel like something is off, don't be afraid to approach them, if it's safe, of course, and end things if it doesn't feel right for you. Don't settle for any kind of bullshit. And again, don't feel like, try not to feel like you have to, if they're too reserved or keeping things to themselves and then not opening up to you, try not to feel like you can open them up by giving more. In fact, I've been in a situation like that before where I've been in that situation more than once actually, where I've sort of felt like, oh well, the more I give, whether it be practically supporting the person emotionally, not even about telling the person how I feel, but just practical physical support, having sympathy, having a lot of empathy for them if they've had a rough life or whatever, and thinking, oh well, that will help, that will heal them. Healing, you've got the healing chaos card as well. You can't heal somebody else's chaos. We can't heal. People have to heal themselves. Even if people have assistance from spiritual whoever in terms of healing, essentially all that does is help them to heal themselves. We can't heal people. It's not our job to heal people. And we have to be diligent and cautious of how much we're giving or what we're giving that we think will help to heal them as well. And people, I suppose it's always been there. If I've had a recent reminder that people have to desire it as well. They have to want to be helped. They'll have to want to help themselves and to want to receive help as well. Because sometimes we want to help people and they'll kind of pretend or half-ass it and say, oh yeah, I want to fix this, but they don't really. They've still got a lot of wounds, and that's not. Yeah, you can be sympathetic, but that's for them to heal. It's not our responsibility to take on the burden of other people's wounds. Not at all. Sometimes, you do get to a point with people where you can show them a certain amount of sympathy, empathy, whatever, support, and then it gets to the point where you're actually feeling just as bad as they do about their problems, and it's like, well, hang on a minute, why is this so heavy on me? It's not my life. And especially if, like, I could understand if they were trying to resolve issues, deal with old wounds, etc., and it was just that you were sympathizing with that. But if they're not even trying to help themselves, why the hell are you feeling so bad about it? So that did sound slightly harsh, but it's just based on experiences I've had where I myself have given too much, tried to be too helpful, too supportive, and it's like, I've got nothing against the person or people, but they do have to take responsibility for their own wounds, and we can't get dragged into that. And I did a video recently on boundaries that may be useful, and it talked about being held hostage by other people's emotions, their beliefs, etc., where it gets to a point where it's literally just not fair for us anymore, and we do have to take a step back or take some kind of action that is more honourable to us. And that's what that Five of Swords would be, is where you honour yourself. It can be the other person being cautious of other people taking the piss, taking advantage. It can also be the energy that you have to take on where you become selfish as a necessity, not just to be an arsehole. So let's clarify that Five of Swords. I think I've clarified it enough with my stern dialogue there. So Six of Wands, yeah, you want to be successful, you want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want to be valued. And if somebody's selfish, and sometimes people are selfish without even realizing it, like they're just so focused on their own hurt, wounds, etc., they don't even realize they're being selfish. But that's not fair to you. So let's get a bit more for that. And I think your reading is going to be quite long, actually. Pisces, yours is the longest one so far. Two of Cups, yeah, you want to have your energy matched. You want equal give and take. So if you're supporting someone, you want equal support. You want the feelings to match. You want the actions to match. You want everything to match. You don't just want to be giving. And that can be even where you give them too much attention and put all of the focus on the spotlight and them. And you end up neglecting yourself because they're not matching you. You want the Two of Cups. You want them to match you in every way. In terms of giving and feeling as well. Queen of Wands, yeah, you may need to take on her energy, which she can be considered to be selfish. She gets what she wants, but it can be more of a necessity. She's not just doing it to be a bitch, and because she's completely, yeah, she could be self-absorbed, which would probably be more in reverse if she's in reverse, but upright. It's like, no, I know who I am. I know what I want. I'm taking a stand with her one there, and I'm not letting anyone take advantage of me. I need to do what to have and do what's fair for me as well. I'll get one more for that. You notice how there's quite a lot of people holding wands taking a stand in these cards. It's quite interesting. One more, yeah. Again, that's protecting what's sacred for me. In that box is what's sacred, and her peace. She's moving towards peace. Her peace is sacred. Her peace of mind is sacred. I always feel like this is the Hermit here. Protecting, it's kind of like symbolic of like, I don't know if it is the Hermit. I need to read the book, and I don't even think the book tells you what that is. But it's like, for me, it's like the Hermit. Where it's like your higher self in a way, or your inner self or whatever, protecting you because they have that inner knowing and bringing you to peace. And then you're holding the box of sacred, whatever, your heart, your soul, whatever's sacred to you. No, I don't need one more card. I've said enough about that. So your advice, I'd say protect what's sacred is the number one bit of advice. Make sure that you're standing up for what you want, and that your energy and your efforts are matched. Let's get you a Unicorns Oracle card. I think the word diligence may come up in the title somewhere. Nope, that didn't want to work. I think it doesn't help that I'm sat about 1,000,000 miles away from the table. I'm just trying not to knock the tripod, because no, that literally fell out of the deck. It didn't flip or anything. Okay, there we go. Magic. I think I'm going to get you another one. Make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. I almost feel like what she's got in that box in this card is magic. It's your magic, it's who you are, and you need to protect that and value it. See if anything else comes out. And if you're feeling like you've been let down by people, and say you've met someone new now and you're a bit worried about what can happen, you can get what you want. It's just that you have to stand up for it and not accept any bullshit, and not rely on... I've done this as well, where you go through a phase... I've been through a phase where everyone I meet, I'd kind of wanted them to be the one, and yeah, that's not how life works, is it? Everyone you meet can't be the one, so... That was a very aggressive throw, right? You got a few. Okay, this all makes sense. So you also have, and I'm going to put these here because otherwise it's just not going to be very visible. You have gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. That's that Page of Cups. So you can still be gentle. You can still be loving. You just need to be a bit more discerning and diligent with it. Delight. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always accept the beat. I would say that's to make sure you're enjoying your relationships, especially if it's situations where you again, that giving thing. If you are giving, is it feeling delightful or is it feeling burdensome? Are you feeling obligated, guilty, any negativity attached to it, or is it just delightful? And are you receiving delight? Are people giving to you as well? And then you get healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. Again, just be careful. You can support people in their healing, but you can't literally heal. So, I mean, I guess some people would probably argue and say, oh yeah, but what about those people that can touch someone's leg and heal a broken leg or whatever? Maybe, I don't know about that. But in terms of like emotional healing, yeah, you can't by yourself heal someone. They have to be willing to help themselves, and then they can accept support that might help them on that path. So I hope that was helpful. Feel free to share your comments. Thank you for watching the video, and until the next one, take care.